Hello guys, my name is Dearjust and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Timelord Victorious. The thing's literally days away and it starts next week and I really wanted to do my share of videos on it, I suppose. I didn't want to do a run through, which I originally intended to do. I thought I'd do something a little bit more interesting because you can find out for yourself most of the information, and to be honest, that kind of videos are not really my strength, so I thought I wouldn't do that. I mentioned in a video that I was really happy with a couple of months ago that Doctor Who doesn't really have this pocket money prices that it used to do. You can't fully access Timelord Victorious without having an extensive expendable income. So 8-year-olds can't really do that. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to set a budget. My budget is going to be £50. I was going to go for like 20, but then it occurred to me that with 20 I could hardly buy anything. So I'm gonna have to go with £50, and I've got a £50 budget to buy what I see as the priority purchases for Timelord Victorious. Timelord Victorious is quite weird because we've had no reviews yet, but there are about 1,000 variables and different ways that you can buy things depending on how you feel and the things that you want. You can buy bundles, you can buy the comics as one thing, and then you can buy them as issues, you can buy the digital versions of the magazine, the physical versions of the magazine, everything like that. There are so many different ways that you can buy it, but I imagine most people are going to be spending over £100 over the next couple of months on buying stuff like this. I thought it'd be good to try and do a budget to that in order to not overspend. And for most of these things, I've taken my own advice. I've also got a couple of tips for being able to get the most for your money, and a few tips for what you should do after Timelord Victorious. I honestly think every single time I turn my camera on, a car decides to come down the street. I live in a cul-de-sac. Why the hell are they coming down here? Okay, so let's start with Big Finish. To me, Big Finish is like the biggest priority here. It has, I think, the most content for the best price. You can get 4 things. On download for £26. You can get the trilogy for £22. The reason that I think most people should go with that is because I feel like, oh, that's on download by the way, I feel like the short trips aren't going to be that big for the whole like arc, so to be honest I would leave that out for now and just get the trilogy itself. But that has gone and taken nearly half of my budget already. Depending on how we do in terms of the money later on, I might buy the higher bundle, which means that for £4 extra you get the 2 short trips, which would work out cheaper than spending a £5 to get it separately. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing, which is the comics. For me, personally, I prefer the physical things. I can't really read, you know, not physical. I'm not a big fan of the digital ones, so I don't normally get the digital ones. If you want to get the digital ones, then get the digital ones, but be warned, they're not as cheap as you'd think. The difference between the two is actually not that much. Actually, it's 10p more expensive to get digital. So this is what I'm going to do with the comics. So I've ordered them off Forbidden Planet, but I've had to pay £2 postage because I live in the middle of nowhere where there's no Forbidden Planet. I live in a Forbidden Planet dead zone. There is no kind of shop like that in my area, which means that I can't really get those comics unless I order them online. So I've had to order them online and pay the £2 postage, but together it will cost you £7.50 if you went into a shop, £9.50 if you have to pay postage. If I'm honest, I feel like they will be a good deal because comic books are not that expensive. They could have easily charged a ridiculous price for them. You know, they could have done one book and put out for, you know, 15 quid. Talking about that book, since the last time I was researching this video and then checking it again now to make sure that my information was correct, the price of that book keeps going down. So it used to be about £10, now it's gone down to £9.80 something. See, it keeps changing, and I think that's a bit weird. I think that might be because the artwork for that one is not really preferred. It just feels to me like the general artwork for Timelord Victorious, and I think that the individuals have really nice artwork, so that's where you should go with individuals. So let's take a look about what our actual budget is currently. So we have spent £9.50 on the postage for the comics, and we have spent £22 on the, well, I have spent £22 on the, no, I didn't actually. I actually spent £30 on the set in CD form, but for the sake of this, I've spent £22 on the trilogy because I feel like they will be the ones that will actually be worth it if you're on this budget that I talked about. Together that means that we're at £31.50. See how I delayed a bit then so I could figure it out in my head? I passed maths. And with £31.50 I think I'm going to add on the short trips, because to me that's going to be something that at least could be interesting, you know. I could like a big finish, it'd be quite nice to have the short trip as well, so let's add that on, which means that is £4 on top, which makes it £35.50. Hey, we're doing a lot of maths today. It's like the most basic, like, primary school kid maths, but it's maths. So we're at £35, what else can you buy? Personally, I think that you should go with the monstrous beauty things, right? So this is the Ninth Doctor. I believe this is one of the only times that you will see the Ninth Doctor by himself in this story, and it is £5 and you get the whole Doctor Who magazine with it. So whether this thing is absolutely god-awful, then it doesn't matter because you still have the Doctor Who magazines, and there are 2 issues of that, so that is basically another £10, which brings us up to £45. Now that we have £5 left, you can put that towards what I'm calling the second wave of Timelord Victorious. This is when you can buy things second-hand. Basically, a lot of people are going to buy the books, for example. They're going to buy them, they're going to read them, they're going to give them away. You know, they're going to put them in a charity shop, they're going to sell them on eBay. Which means that there is going to be a massive influx of books. If Timelord Victorious runs in the same way that they keep saying it's running, are people going to be interested with the books when the big finish comes out? Are they going to be interested with the books next March when Time Fresh is out? Probably not. So if you wait out for things like that, you can probably get the books for a lot cheaper than £8. Sure, it's only £16 for the 2, but personally, I'm not a very strong reader, and I don't read a lot of books anyway, but I think that, for me, I'm going to wait out on them. And I'm going to wait out on the annual as well. They made a lot of weird decisions when it came to, you know, some of these items, such as like the figures. Because I'm not a collector of the figures, and I don't participate in every single thing that that's coming out, then that means that I'm not entitled or feel like I need to get the figures because they're like the figures that I collect. You know, I don't feel like I need to go to the theatre experience because I don't really, well, I don't have one near me, but I don't really get involved in that kind of stuff, so I don't feel like I need to get that. I have enough figures already, so I don't really need any more figures, to be honest, but there are going to be 4 of them, and I think they'll probably be about £25, someone told me. Are they really going to be worth it to me and to, you know, casuals? No. So over the next couple of months, try and be smart. Try and buy things because you want them instead of buying them because they're associated with Timelord Victorious. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you're looking for some more Timelord Victorious stuff, we're going to be talking about whether it is a cash grab or whether it is a new innovation in my podcast, which comes out on Monday, a few days earlier than normal. It's coming out on YouTube on Monday, and it's coming out on everywhere else on the 5th of September. And that should be fun. We're talking about, is it actually going to be good? Is the story going to be good? It's a lot of fun, and we have a couple of jokes in there as well. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.